What is up, guys? So we just built a Justice deck for a Bishop, and Apocalypse is actually the only villain that we have sleeved up from the Age of Apocalypse, so we're just going to face him right here, because I really want to try this deck out. So we are facing Apocalypse on Expert mode, with the Standard 3 sets and the Expert 1 sets right here. And then let's go ahead and get him set up. So with the main scheme, it says he begins to form in Biomorph, so we have that right here. He has 20 hit points, we have 12 hit points. And then deal each player face an encounter card. So let's actually shuffle the Expert 1 cards into the encounter deck first. All right. And then we're going to do each player a face on encounter card here with the main scheme setup. We put the standard 3 environment in play right here, pursued by the past. It's a permanent setup. After you place a pursuit counter on here, if the number of counters is at least 3 more than number of players, so it's going to be 4 because we're playing with 1 player, remove each counter here, and then if your notice is in play, it activates, otherwise flip the card over. Then we also have the Ancient Ritual side scheme in play right here, because this is from the Clan Akaba set that is required to play this last scenario here on the Age of Apocalypse campaign. So permanent setup, it says force response after threat is placed here. If there's at least 10 threat, then remove 5 and then deal each player face an encounter card. And this will come in here with 5 threat. Let's advance the main scheme to stage 1B. And then it's going to start off with 1 threat on the Ensabanur's Pyramid. And then we resolve this later on. So there's a force response after resolving someone of the villain phase, and we put threat on this scheme. We place 1 power counter on here. Then there's 4 or more, then we just remove all 4 and discard cards on top of the encounter deck until we get a superpower card and then reveal it. So Apocalypse right here in his Battlemorph form has 1 scheme, 3 attack, and his attacks gain overkill. All right, let's go ahead and shuffle up the player deck here. And we will see how this goes. We're going to draw up to our hand size of 6 in our alter ego. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's see what we got. Okay, we got... I'm not sure. Let's see. We got build support. We got skilled investigator, which will help with the build support. We could clear it off with our heroic intuition. I would like to get... I think we need triage here, even though... because that's at least an ally that can... oh, but he has overkill anyways. I think we mulligan the supercharged and draw 1 more card back up to our hands as of 6 here. Okay, we got Helicarrier. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. So our response in Arch Equal is called Temporarily Displace. After you change to this form, add a temporal card and discard out to your hand. So it doesn't do anything right now because we're in Arch Ego. So let's go ahead and flip over here to Hero form. And then I think we're going to... let's see, we play this, draw a card. We could also actually play the Helicarrier, play build support. No, then we can't clear it. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to use the Helicarrier as a resource so we can play build support. This is a player's side scheme coming in with 3 threat. Then we're going to play our Skilled Investigator. It's a 0 cost upgrade. Play under any player's control. Max 1 per player. Here, response after side scheme is defeated. We can exhaust this card to draw a card. We're going to have Bishop. Let's see, do we play her Intuition here? Or... no, we can play... okay, so we're going to use this as a double resource and paying for a basic card, so we can play Triage. When Triage, I just play Heal 2 damage from an X-Men character. We can't because we're both at full here. So Bishop's going to Thor for 2, drop the build support from 3 to 1. And then Triage will Thor for 1 and clears off. Triage takes a consequence of damage. When the build support is defeated, it's going to go into victory display, so it gets removed from the game. And then each player may search their deck and discard off for support with a cost of 3 or less and put it into play. So let's look through our deck here. We're going to get a support card. We're going to get our X-Jet here, which is a 3 cost support, and we put it straight into play here. So with the X-Jet's effect, we're going to shuffle up our deck. It says we can exhaust the X-Jet to generate a resource for a player whose identity has the X-Men trait, which we have in our hero form here. And then after his side scheme is defeated, we can exhaust the Skilled Investigator here to draw a card, which is a Genius. We don't need it, but that's fine. So let's use the Genius as a double resource to play our Heroic Intuition. Play under any player's control. Your hero gets +1 Thor. So we now have 3 Thor. That's going to end a turn. Let's ready up. And we're going to draw back up to our hand size of 5 here. Okay, now we're getting all the resource cards. After bishop takes any amount of damage from an attack, this card equal number of cards from the top of your deck. Add each resource card this card switch to your hand. Oof, okay, so there's nothing that we actually want. Okay, so Apocalypse turn, he's gonna add 1 to the main scheme. Then he adds a power counter after adding the threat. He's going to attack us here with a base of 3. We just gotta take us, he has overkill anyway, so this will be his boost. 1, so just 4 damage. That'll drop us from 12 down to 8. And we didn't want to block with an ally because he has overkill. So the attack is done. Now the encounter phase, he's going to deal with an encounter card. We have 2. First one says giant size depot. When reviewed, if Apocalypse is in giant form, it activates against you. Otherwise, changing the giant form, place 1 power. Oh, okay. So he changes to giant form because he's in biomorph. So he's now in his giant form here. And it says to place 1 power counter on the main scheme. The force response for changing the giant form is heal 2 damage, but it's already at full hit points, so nothing happens with that. Then we get a face-down encounter card, which is another giant size depot. So if he's in giant form, he activates against you, otherwise other things. So he won't place a power counter now, but he's going to attack us here. So he has a base of 3 plus a boost card here. Triage will block this because he no longer has overkill. And the boost is 3, so it's going to be 6 damage. Knocks Triage out. All right. And it is back to our turn. I think we save the double here. We'll just do some crazy Thor. Professor X can ready an X-Men. We can't get. Oof, we're a little bit. Okay, so we have +1 Thor with the heroic intuition. Let's just go ahead and Thor for 3 from Ancient Ritual and drop this down to 2. And then we're going to. He can't confuse this guy because he has Stalwart here, so it's a little bit unfortunate. We have to play Professor X anyways, just because there's nothing else to do. So this would be a double resource, so we can play Utopia. If each of your allies has the X-Men trait, we can increase our ally limit by 1. After an X-Men ally enters play, we can exhaust Utopia to ready up another X-Men character. And Professor X, when he enters play, he can just ready us back up anyways. Yeah, okay, that's a little bit unfortunate that he's in giant form. So let's exhaust the extra generate a resource. This would be 2 more for a total of 3. So we can play Professor X. When it enters play, choose one. We pick the one to just ready an X-Men character, because there's no point in using Utopia here. Yeah, okay. So Bishop is ready back up because we are an X-Men character. We're going to have Professor X Thor for 3 from the main. He'll take a consequential damage. Bishop Thors for 3 with a heroic intuition from Ancient Ritual and clears that off. When the side scheme is defeated, so we didn't defeat the side scheme, we just removed it because it's a permanent side scheme. All right, we're looking good on threat control. That's going to end our turn. Let's ready back up. We're going to keep this double in our hand still and draw back up to 5. Hopefully getting something better. Okay, we're getting some good cards here. All right, so Apocalypse turn, he's going to add 1 to the main. Then he adds a power counter, so there's 3 now. He's going to attack us with the base of 3. Professor X will block for us. This will be the boost. After this activation, review this card. So 3 attack knocks Professor X out. Then the activation is over, so we review this card. Attach to Apocalypse, change the giant form. He's already in giant form. He has +2 attack. Whenever he attacks you, you are stunned and discard this card after activation. All right, so hopefully he doesn't attack again. So he knocks out X. We get a face-down counter card. Celestial Tech. For each celestial attachment in play, resolve its effect. If there are none, then we search the encounter and discard out for a celestial attachment and reveal it. Okay. So do we want? I know there's 2 here. There's a thwarting one and the attacking one. I think we're gonna have him thwart next here. Because I'm gonna flip down to alter. After you resolve energy absorption exhaust his uniform to heal 1 damage for each resource in your hand. That could be useful. Do we want his scheme thing to activate right now? And then we get confused? I think that's fine. I'd rather take... Or wait, you're stunned. Oh, let's do this, the attacking one actually. So we're gonna get, because we can double the stuns in here because this will stun us anyway. So we're gonna get a Celestial Tech. It's gonna get this one right here. So Celestial Weapon attached to the villain. Whenever he attacks you, discard top card of your deck. If its resources has whatever, then we have to do whatever effect is there. That will resolve that. We're gonna shuffle up the encounter deck, and then it's back to our turn. Okay, so we're gonna flip down here, let him just scheme, and hopefully it doesn't flip on us. Okay, so we're gonna stay ready here to recover. have to resolve our energy absorption. So we can actually get a double to our hand and play this later. Then we use this for command authority and draw a card. So let's use this as a double resource, and it's a resource card to play command authority. Hero action thought remove 3 there from the scheme and clear off the main. If you pair this card with a resource card, which we did, we can draw a card. Okay, another resource card. I think we may have put too many resources here. So we can save this for next turn, I think. We want to discard resource cards from hand. Let's put down our supercharge here. 0 cost upgrade. It says to discard a resource card from your hand. Let's use the power in all of us. And then place 1 charge counter on here for each resource icon on that card. So there's only 1 icon, so we place 1 charge counter. And then whenever there is, whenever we make a base attack as a hero interrupt, it's not forced, so we can choose when we want to do it, but we can get +2 for attack for each charge counter here, up to a max of 8 if we discard this. So we can have that to save for a big attack. Okay, and then we have nothing else to do here. We don't need to use X-Jet here. Okay, let's flip over here to Alter Ego. And in our response, after you change this form, add a temporal card in your discard pile to your hand. So we're going to get our store energy, which is a temporal card. We get it to our hand. We're going to use it as a double resource so we can play Bishop's Uniform. Let's put that over here. So after you resolve Bishop's energy absorption, we can exhaust Uniform and heal 1 damage from Bishop for each resource card in our hand. We're going to exhaust your card by 4. That brings from 8 back up to 12. Okay, and then we're going to keep the command authority because we need a thwart next turn. That's going to end our turn. Let's ready up. Draw back up to 6 here with the command authority in our hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we got some allies here, so that's good. All right, it is Apocalypse's turn. He's going to add 1 to the main. Then he adds a power counter. When there's 4, we discard the 4 counters and then mill from the encounter deck until we get a superpower card, which is right here. So attach to Apocalypse Chain and Giant Form. He has 2 of these now. So that won't happen until he attacks. But now he has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attack. Okay, so we review this card. Then he's going to scheme with a base of 2 plus a boost of 3. Yikes. Okay, so scheme for a total of 5. So this goes up to 6. And nothing else happens because these only trigger after he attacks. And then we get a face-down encounter card, which is Scarab with Quick Strike, but we're in RP Eco, so Quick Strike won't go off. After he attacks, we place 1 threat on Ancient Ritual. So he didn't attack because the Quick Strike didn't go off. Okay, so it's back to our turn. Got a minion here. I'd rather get a side scheme for our skilled investigator. We can command authority, draw a card, and then try to knock Scarab out. Do we have the damage here? Oh yeah, we do have the damage. Okay, let's go ahead and flip over here to, I didn't do an altar. Yeah, we don't. Flip over here, hero form. We're gonna play Honor X-Men. Play only if your identity has an X-Men trait. We do. We're gonna attach this card to a friendly character and give it to Bishop. We get +1 hit point. So we go from 12 up to 13. And now we gain the X-Men trait even in our alter ego. Okay, so now we're gonna use a double resource card right here. So we can play Command Authority. Hero action thought remove 3 there from a scheme. Let's take 3 off the main, dropping it from 6 down to 3. And if you pay for this using a resource card, which we did with the sword energy, we can draw a card. We drew into Mansion. Oof. I really want to play the Mansion here, but I don't think we can. I'd rather get rid of the Scarab here. Let's see, if we do all this. Yeah, okay. We're going to have Bishop swing for 2 at the Scarab. It's going to be a rough turn. We're going to exhaust the extra to generate a wall resource. This would be a second resource, so we can play Angel. Angel says reduce the cost of playing by 1 if your identity has a immune or X-Men trait. We do have the X-Men trait, so he's only 2 costs. X-Jet and Legion as 2 resources. When he enters play, we can exhaust utility bit to ready up another X-Men character. Let's ready up Bishop. And then Bishop and Angel will both swing for 1, 2, 3, 4, knock out Scarab. Angel takes a consequential damage. He doesn't have a win defeat effect, so we're okay there. And then that is going to end our turn. Let's ready back up. We're going to draw back up to our hand size here of 5. Let's keep the Mansion and Dazzler in our hand. Okay, let's check our discard pile here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we only have one more resource card, the energy double resource. So I don't want to use energy absorption here. Have we gotten our enemy attacks? Shuffle each resource card into your deck. Oh, wait a minute. That could be good. Our deck is milling here. I think we might want to use that. Okay, so Bishop, because we're healthy too. It's Apocalypse's turn. He's going to add 1 to the main, then he adds a power counter. He's going to attack us here. We're going to, so he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attack. Then we're going to just do it. Even though we could have Angel block, I'd rather keep him alive. We're going to play energy conversion because I need some resources right now. So here, interrupt defense. When an enemy attacks, like right now, shuffle each resource card in your discard pile into your deck. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so actually that's like more than our discard here. So we're gonna get a bunch of resources here and hopefully get something from the mansion. So we're gonna shuffle all these resource cards back into our deck. Try to get a good shuffle in here. Okay. And then it says you cannot take more than 3 damage from this attack. So it's probably going to do more than 3, so we're not going to defend. We're just going to take this attack to the face. We do have our uniform here as well. Okay. So we're taking his attack. This would be his boost card. Boost effect is after his activation, change him to Psypath form. So we don't do that yet. So taking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These trigger here because they're both interrupts as well. So this says whenever Apocalypse attacks you, you are stunned. Discard this after activation. They don't stack, so we just get stunned here. And then this is going to trigger here. This is force interrupt, so this will actually trigger. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. I messed up here. So we have to resolve the force interrupt before our hero interrupt. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Let me get the resource cards back out of our deck here. So we don't discard any resource cards because we have to do this thing first. And we have the energy. Sorry about that, guys. We have to put the energy back in our deck. Okay, so this was our deck. We're going to shuffle up our deck real quick. And the Celestial Weapon says, when a villain attacks you, discard top card of your deck. It would be good if we could get these cards in there, but it's okay. So we are discarding the top card of our deck, which would be this card. If it's an energy, do 2 damage to your identity. So we take 2 damage. That would drop us from 13 down to 11. Okay. And then now we resolve our hero interrupt. So now we can play this card. So now we're going to get those resource cards all back into the deck. And this would be the legit time that we're doing it. Okay, so we shuffle them all in. We're shuffle up our deck here. Try to get a good shuffle again. Okay, and then this attack is going to do 3 damage because with the energy conversion, it doesn't matter how many damage that he's dealing to us. We cannot take more than 3. So we take 3, that brings us from 11 down to 8. Then we trigger our energy absorption. So after you take any amount of damage from an attack, discard equal number of cards from top of your deck. So 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we got 1 resource card. Add each resource card discarded this way to your hand. We get the strength to our hand. So we can exhaust our uniform here. After you resolve energy absorption, exhaust this card, heal 1 damage from Bishop for each resource card in your hand. We only have 1. Okay, so we heal 1, that brings us from 8 up to 9. Okay, that resolves our energy absorption. The Celestial Weapon stays on him. And this says if Apocalypse is in Cyberpath form, he activates against you, or the boost effect, I mean. So after his activation, change him to Cyberpath. So we're going to change him now after the activation to Cyberpath, where he is Retaliate 1. After he changes this form, place 2 threat on each scheme in play. So 2 on the main, brings it up to 6, 2 on Ancient Ritual. Okay, that's good to give us some more threats to remove. And then we get an encounter card now after activation, and we got a minion here with Guard. When defeated, place 2 threat on Ancient Ritual, and that is it. Okay, so it's back to our turn, and we are stunned, so I gotta remember that. We can't just attack willy-nilly. He has 2 scheme. Oh, this guy can be confused now with Dazzler. We only got 1 resource card. I would prefer more. Let's see. We have a lot of Thor. Do we have an ally? Oh, we have an ally to play in Dazzler. Okay, I want to play Mansion here. We draw a card. It's either Mansion or Dazzler. Yeah, I can't do both. So we do. Or we could play Dazzler in our altar, because we're going to get a resource card, right? So I think we play Under Surveillance here. Then we flip down, get Dazzler into play. She confuses Apocalypse. She ready us. No, and then she'll ready us. And so we play Dazzler in hero form because we want the ready in hero form. So we use this to play Dazzler, get the ready so we can do more thwarting. Dazzler and Ancient can take this guy out. Yeah, okay. So we're going to have Bishop thwart for 3 with their Horror Intuition because we are stunned, but we can still thwart. So let's take 3 off of the main, drop this down to 3. Then we're going to use XS generate a wild resource. This would be 3 more for a total of 4. So we play Dazzler. After Dazzler enters play, confuse the enemy. Let's confuse Apocalypse here. This is 3 scheme. And then we're going to exhaust Utopia after X-Men ally enters play to write up another X-Men character, Bishop. We're going to thwart for 3. Again, clearing off the main scheme now. And then, we're going to have Angel swing for 2 at the Clan Akaba Zeliat guy. He'll take consequential damage. Dazzler swings for 2, knocks him out. Dazzler takes a consequential damage. When defeated, place 2 threat on Ancient Ritual, so this goes up to 4. Just fine. And then we're going to flip down to Altar. And then our interrupt or our response temporarily displays. So we can get a temporal card from this card to our hand. So let's get our. Oh, we don't have our resource anymore because they're all in the deck. That is annoying. Okay, let's get our Bishop's Rifle here because that's a temporal card. Yeah, we need to get. Oh man. Okay, we need to draw into some resources here. Okay, that's gonna end our turn. Let's ready up. We should have a lot in our deck here. Drawing back up to our hands as of 6, keeping these cards all in our hand. Not a resource, not a resource, not a resource. Okay, a little bit unfortunate there because what is our deck size here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 cards left in the deck, and I believe we have 7 resources. So we have 6 more in the deck here. Okay, I think I did a really bad shuffle. That's okay. So Apocalypse's turn, he's going to add 1 to the main. He adds a power counter. He schemes, but he's confused, so activation won't go off. Then we get a face down encounter card, which is Fear the Future. You may flip to alter ego form. We can exhaust ourselves to remove this card from the game. Okay, I would like to get the free flip there, but we didn't get it. Do we one way or another here? Because then we can really bank on drawing some resources. Yeah, I need a lot of resources here. Do we? Actually, we could play Forge. No, he doesn't get us anything. I actually kind of want to recover here. I need to save this. Okay, we're going to flip over to hero form. Okay, we're going to play one way or another. Hero action, search and counter for a side scheme and review that side scheme, and we can draw 3 cards. So let's get, I think this one's okay. Plugged in. So when defeated, if he's in Cyberpath form, he activates. If he's not, we change to Cyberpath form, give him a tough stats card. So this is a side scheme coming in with a crisis icon and 5 threat, which I think we're okay right now. So we actually don't even want to defeat it. Then we can resolve one way or another and then draw 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, we got some resources here, so that's good. I really want to get Mansion down, which will give us that draw power every single turn. I think that's going to be essential. We want to get our rifle. Do 1 damage for each resource in your hand. Ooh, we got to get the rifle down first. Okay, this would be a double resource, so we can play Bishop's Rifle here. This says, hero action attack, let's exhaust it. Choose an enemy, we're going to choose Apocalypse. Do 1 damage to him for each resource card in your hand. We're stunned, so that just removes our stun. So we can clear that off. And we have 1 resource card, so we should have done 1 damage if we weren't stunned. Okay, now we can play the Mansion here. Save energy conversion. This would be the resources for the Mansion. Okay, let's use the extra to generate a wild resource. This would be 3 more for a total of 4, so we can play Avengers Mansion. We can exhaust Avengers Mansion to draw a card, hopefully getting a resource. Powering all of us. Okay, I'll take it. So this would be a double resource and paying for a basic card, so we can play Forge. When Forge enters play, We're not going to use his effect, but we use Utopia to exhaust this when an X-Men ally enters play to revenue our X-Men character. Let's ready up Bishop here. We're going to save these in our hand because I like the under surveillance. I like the energy conversion. We can't thwart the main scheme because of the crisis here, but we can thwart the side schemes here. So Bishop will thwart for 3 to bring, let's just clear this off. Yeah, bring this down to 1. He does not have overkill here, so we're okay blocking an ally. Forge will thwart for 1 to clear out the ancient ritual. He'll take consequential damage. Dazzle's going to thwart for 2 from this side scheme here. Drop it down to 3. She'll take a damage as well. Right, and if we don't draw resources, then we use our energy conversion. If we draw them, then we don't use it. So let's end our turn. We're going to ready up. Actually, we could still just actually get a full recovery with our uniform, even if we do draw resources. So actually, I think that's a pretty good play here. Okay, so we're readying back up. Ending our turn, we draw back up to 5. Okay, we got, oh, both are, oh no, this is our ally here. Okay, so we have 1 resource here. What's our, okay, our deck size here is 5. 1 resource in our hand. 1, 2, we have, so we have 1, 2, we have an energy, we have another stored energy, and we have the power in all of us. So we have 3 more resource cards in the deck. 5 cards here. We draw 3, we're going to guarantee 1 resource. We may not draw a second one. So then we can only heal 2 with the uniform. And then he's going to be hitting us. Not for a lot, but yeah, that's still too risky. So I don't want to do that. Okay, so we're not going to use our energy conversion here. Okay, it would only be good if he had overkill. So Apocalypse turn, he's going to add 1 to the main, and he adds a power counter. He's going to attack us with a base of 1. We're going to have Forge block because there's no overkill. This would be the boost. Boost effect after his activation changes in biomorph, so he will have overkill after the activation. So force interrupt when a villain attacks you, discard top card of your deck. If the resources is mental, we discard a card from our hand. Okay, we can't get rid of that. So mental, we discard a card from our hand. We can choose which card we discard. Let's get rid of the concussive blast here. Okay, so he attacks for 1, knocks out Forge. Then Biomorphic Blast says, with the boost effect, change him to Biomorph form after the activation. So he's going to flip the Biomorph here. He has Overkill. When he changes this form, do 2 indirect damage to each player. Let's put them both on Bishop. So drop from 9 down to 7. So we have threat really under control here. He's going to deal us an encounter card, which is Evil Alliance. Each nemesis in play activates against you. If no minions activated this way, plays 3 pursuit counters on pursued by the past. So we put 3 counters on here. But it needs 4 to flip, so actually nothing happens. And then it's back to our turn. Okay, but this is about to get our nemesis out soon. Okay, what are we doing here? We're definitely going to flip. Do we change him to Cyberpath? No, he only has 1 scheme here, so we want him scheming like this. No need to change his Cyberpath. We want to recover. Let's use Mansion. Wait. Oh yeah, I want to get the resource back to our hand. Do we have another Bishop resource? Oh, we already have 1. Okay, let's go ahead and exhaust Avengers Mansion so we can draw a card. Okay, let's use our rifle. Exhaust his rifle. Choose an enemy. Do 1 damage to an enemy for each resource card in your hand. The attack has ranged. He doesn't have retaliate anyways, but we're going to do 2 damage because we have 2 resource cards. It's our first damage, so that'll bring it from 20 down to 18. So we finally got some damage on Apocalypse. And then I think we play Malcolm and the under surveillance. We can toss energy conversion. Do we need the allies here? Do I want them back in the shuffle? I think I do want Dazzler back in the shuffle. Okay, let's exhaust the X-Jet to generate. Oh wait, we can get it ready off of this. Okay. Do we clear this here? Draw a card with Skill Investigator. We do that. Do we have any big cards to play? Activates against a player who defeats a scheme. Oh, he activates with Overkill. That is not fun. So we could energy absorption here with the Overkill. And then I think we're drawing. Let me see. Oh, we can recover a lot. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to clear the plugged in here because this all happens first. So Bishop's going to throw for 3 with our Heroic Intuition. Clear off the plugged in side scheme with the crisis icon. It says when defeated, if Apocalypse is in. Actually, did I remove Threat from the main scheme? I don't think I did, right? Did Dazzler thwart for 2? I don't remember if I. Okay. Just in case, I removed Threat from the main scheme last turn. I don't think I did because added 1. No, I think it's just been 2 turns. That's fine. So we thwart for 3 from plugged in. Clear it off. When defeated Apocalypse, if he's in Side Path form. Oh, he's not inside. Okay, wait a minute. I don't want him inside path form. Okay, hold up. We're not going to thwart this. I think. What do we do with our activations here? We just confuse. We just attack. All right. So he doesn't have. Okay, we're going to swing for 2. That'll bring him from 18 down to 16. And then we're going to have Dazzler swing for 2. That'll bring him from 16 down to 14. Yeah, I don't need to remove threat right now. She'll take consequential damage. She gets knocked out. Then we're going to use the extra to generate a WA resource. This would be 2 more resources for a total of 3, so we can play Malcolm. So he's an X-Men ally, so we can exhaust Utopia to ready Bishop back up. And Malcolm says we can discard a resource card from your hand to ready him, and if it's physical, then we can heal damage from him. All right, so maybe I should have saved. That doesn't matter, we didn't have anything. Okay, Malcolm is going to swing for 2 at Apocalypse. That'll bring from 14 down to 12. We'll take a consequential damage. We are going to flip down to Alter. Temporal displays can get a temporal card from our discard pile to our hand. Do we have the other ally here? No, we're drawing him. We haven't drawn our other identity-specific ally here. So why don't we get solid energy to our hand? We just use that for Malcolm. Okay, we're going to exhaust recover by 4. That'll bring us from 7 back up to 11. And then we're going to use double resource so it can play surveillance attached to the main scheme. This will increase the target threat value of the main scheme by 4. So instead of flipping at 8, it's going to flip at 12 now, which gives us a lot of breathing room. We already have the threat handled here in Justice. We're going to use Malcolm's action right here. Discard 1 resource card from your hand right here, and then ready Malcolm. If that card has a physical icon, it does have a physical icon. We can heal 1 damage from him once per phase. So he's back to full health and he's readied up. We're going to have him swing for 2 again. That'll bring Apocalypse from 12 down to 10. We're getting some damage on him. That's going to end our turn. We're going to ready back up. Let's discard our energy conversion here because we're in Alter Ego anyways. Drop back up to 6. And we do deck out here. We got Rando with 2 resources. Okay, let's try to get a really good shuffle here. Okay, so we're drawing 3 more cards. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Okay. All right. Ooh, now it's too many resources. Okay, so Apocalypse's turn. He is going to add a threat to the main. Goes up to 3. He adds a power counter. There's 4 now, so we mill all the power counters. And we discard cards from the encounter deck until we get a superpower, and then we reveal that superpower. So I'm just gonna mill down here. And we got one right here. So Biomorphic Blast says when reviewed, if he's in biomorph form, he activates against you. Otherwise, change into biomorph form and place a power. Okay, so he's gonna activate here. So he's gonna scheme with a base of 1 plus a boost. Choose either place 3 threat on Ancient Ritual or give it plus 3. Let's put 3 threat on Ancient Ritual. So the boost here is actually gonna be 0. So he's scheming for 1 on the main, goes up to 4. That was from the step 1 of the villain phase. So now he's gonna scheme again for 1. The boost here is gonna be 2. So scheming for a total of 3. That will make this go to 7 from 4. And this doesn't trigger because this only triggers whenever he attacks. And then, okay, he's done activating encounter phase. We get 1 encounter card, total of 2. First one, we got a minion here with guard. When he's defeated, place 2 threat on Ancient Ritual. And we got another one, the same minion. Okay, so that's actually fine. It's back to our turn. We have our rifle here, which can do a lot. Let's exhaust Avengers Mansion so we can draw a card. Oh, I like this here as well. Okay, we have Rando here. We don't need to get readies on our allies here. Let's see, if he's in Cyber Path, oh, we can just change him to Cyber Path. The threat is actually okay right now. It's at 7. It flips at 12. He's not adding much per turn. Okay, the priority is to get rid of this stuff first. So let's go ahead and flip over here to hero form. And then we are going to, are we focusing on authority here? Okay, let's first use Vicious Rifle. Exhaust this card, choose an enemy. So we're gonna choose the Clan Akaba Zealot. Do 1 damage to an enemy for each resource card in your hand. We have 3 resource cards, so 3 damage knocks this guy out. When defeated, place 2 threat on Ancient Ritual. So this goes from 3 up to 5. Okay, and he has guard. Okay, so we want to knock this guy out as well. Do we play the resources now? Okay, let's go ahead and play Supercharge. So now we have another copy of it down here. We can have both of them down at the same time. And then, let's see, I want to actually try to get some leeway on a Supercharge. Let's see. Bishop is going to swing for 2 at the Clan Akaba Zealot. And then we're going to use a... Do we use Command Authority here? Or do we play Randall? If we use this with the resource card, we can draw a card. Now I want to put some stuff in our supercharge is a thing. I don't think we need to thwart, so we just actually play Randall here. Okay, let's exhaust it. Let's just generate 1 resource. This will be 2 more for a total of 3, so we can play Randall. We can exhaust Utopia because he's an X-Men ally to ready up Bishop back up again. And then I shouldn't have Bishop attack because Bishop has much more thwart. We're going to have Malcolm swing for 2, knock out the Zealot. He'll take consequential damage. So this guy's defeated. And then when he's defeated, place 2 threat on the clan or on the ancient ritual. So right here. Okay. We can't thwart the man while this is in play. So Bishop's gonna thwart for 3. Let's take out the clan Akaba. So this drops from 7 down to 4. And then we're going to have Randall thwart for 2 from the ancient ritual. Let's just clear this off a little bit. He'll take a consequential damage. Then we're going to use our supercharged effect right here. So we're going to put 3 resource cards into it, and you get 1 charge counter for each resource icon on that card. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So this supercharge is now fully maxed out here with 4 counters. Okay, that is going to end our turn. Let's ready back up. Even if he flips the main scheme, we don't lose, so we're okay with it right now, especially with the under surveillance. We're going to draw back up to our hand size here of 5 in hero form. All right, we got X, triage, concussive blast is pretty good. Okay, so Apocalypse's turn. He's going to add 1 to the main, goes up to 8, and he places a power counter. It doesn't flip at 8 because of the under surveillance. He's going to attack us here. His attacks have overkill. Oh, I should have flipped him here. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so he's going to hit us with overkill. We have to use our uniform here. No point blocking the ally, right? Yeah, let's just take the attack to the face. We're pretty healthy at 11. So hitting with a base of 3, this would be his boost. Force interrupt happens first. When he attacks his card top of your deck, the resources is mental and physical. So if it's, energy and physical. Energy, we do 2 damage to our identity. So drop from 11 down to 9. Physical, we are stunned and we can finally discard this, but he's about to deck out anyways. So we got rid of his weapon and then we get stunned here. Okay, so we're taking his attack to the face, hitting with a base of 3, plus a boost of 1. 4 damage brings us from 9 down to 5. And then we're going to use our uniform. We're going to use our energy absorption, So response, after we take an amount of damage, we took 4 damage from the attack, right? Yeah. Discard an equal number of cards from top of your deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, not getting anything with that. And we lost it one way or another, which I kind of like. Okay, so we did that. Add each resource to your hand. We didn't get anything, but we can use our uniform here. So after we resolve the energy absorption, we can exhaust this card to heal 1 damage from Bishop for each resource in your hand. I think we only have 1. So 1 resource, we heal 1. I'll take it. So we drop from 5 up, or we go from 5 up to 6. And then we get a face down counter card here, which is Celestial Armor. So that's the scheming one. Okay, that is not great. So it's back to our turn here. We can confuse them because we have X, so that's really good. Let's go ahead and use our rifle. We can do 1 damage because we have 1 resource card in our hand. That will discard our stun status card here. Okay, do I play the Concussive Blast? Do 6 damage to an enemy. A paper using a resource card. Ready Bishop. We can get a lot of readies here because we are an X-Men with Honor X-Men. So I want to flip down to recover and then go for the kill next turn. This will go up by 1. Yeah, we will actually leave the plugged in here because this guy doesn't have retaliate here. Okay, so do we recover twice? No, we don't need to recover twice. 1 recovery is good enough. Okay, we're going to have Bishop swing for 2 at Apocalypse. That'll bring it from 10 down to 8. And then we are going to, let's see, our ally limit is 4 because all our allies have the X-Men trait with Utopia here. So we can actually play another ally here. Do we play? No, we play X when we flip down because we can get a temporal card. So this would be 3 resources here. So we can play Concussive Blast. Hero action attack, do 6 damage to enemy. We're going to hit a pocket for 6. I'll bring it from 8 down to 2. And if you pay for this using a resource card, we can ready Bishop. We did use a strength here, which is a resource card. Actually, do we just flip him here? I could just flip him here. Okay, let's go ahead and use Avengers Mansion so we can draw a card. Ooh, we got a genius. I think we just, yeah, we flip him here. We can still recover. Okay, we do 2 indirect damage. Yeah, that's fine. So let's swing for 2. That'll bring Apocalypse from 2 down to 0. And then, wait. Actually, wait. Can we kill him here? Okay, I think we can actually kill him here. Let me see. If we put the genius into this, this would be 1, 2, 3. So it's gonna do 8 plus 6. This would be 14. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. We get it ready. So 22, 23. 22, 23. Oh, we can ready these guys. So discard resource cards from your hand. No, we can't ready them. Okay, yeah, we don't have to kill. We're close, we don't have it. Yeah, so we just swing for 2. That'll bring Apocalypse from 2 down 0. That will flip him over to his 3rd and final stage here. He's in Biomorph, so he stays in Biomorph here. And he's going to have 24 hit points. Let's get that set up. Okay, and then after he changes this form, he didn't change the form, so we don't have to take the damage here. So just 24 hit points, nothing else happens with that. Okay, cool. So we got that. And then we are going to, do we supercharge here? Oh no, we can still supercharge later, right? Yeah, because we're going to get a thing anyways. Let's go ahead and, can we play X here for 1, 2? No, we can't. Okay, we're going to flip down to Alter Ego. And a temporal displaced can get a temporal card from our discard pile to our hand. So we're going to get our stored power to our hand here, which is a resource card. And it has a temporal keyword. We're going to use our action here because we use this action in Alter Ego form as well. It's just to interrupt. That's only hero. So 2 resources because resource card and it has 2 icons on it. So we put 2 on this one. So this goes from 1 up to 3. And then we're going to use the extra to generate a resource for X-Men character. We have the X-Men trait in Alter Ego thanks to the Honor X-Men. This would be 2 more resources for a total of 3. So we can play Professor X. Our limit is 4 with Utopia. When he enters play, we can choose one. Let's choose to confuse a villain. And then we can exhaust Utopia when he enters play to ready up another X-Men character to ready up Bishop. We're going to exhaust recover by 4. That'll bring us from 6 back up to 10. So we're really healthy again. And then, let's see. We're going to have X. Do we flip this form? No, we don't. We're going to have X store for 3 from the Ancient Ritual. He'll take a consequential damage. Rando's going to swing for 1. That'll bring Apocalypse from 23 down to 20, or 24 down to 23. He'll take a damage. Malcolm is going to swing for 2. That'll bring from 23 down to 21. He'll take a damage here as well. And then that is going to end our turn. Let's ready back up. And I think even if he schemes us out, I mean, we're going to be good. We are super healthy here. Okay, let's discard Triage. Draw back up to our hand size here of 6 in our Alter Ego. We got Nick Fury and Concussive Blast. Looking for a resource. Okay, we got the stored energy here. Okay, so Apocalypse's turn, he's going to add 1 to the main. Then he adds a power counter. And this crisis is still in play. It's at 9th right now, flips at 12. He's going to scheme on us, but he's confused, so none of this stuff happens because he never activated. Then we get a face-down counter card, which is Master Plan. That's fine. So place 4 threat on each side scheme. Plugged in goes from 3 up to 7. And then Ancient Ritual is going to have 4 here. We had that entirely cleared off. All right, that's going to end Apocalypse's turn, and it's back to our turn. All right, so at the end of the round, if Professor X is in play, he gets discarded here. Okay, we're going to use this action here to put resource into the supercharge. So it caps out at 4, so it doesn't matter. So we just put one more counter on here. Okay, and then we do that, that's going to be 16, 17, 18. We got to do 3 damage here. Let's use our Concussive Blast. So we're going to have Bishop flip over here to hero form. And then we're going to use this as 3 resources. So we can play our Concussive Blast. Here, action attack, do 6 damage to an enemy. You pay for it using a resource card, Ready Bishop. It doesn't matter. So 6 damage on Apocalypse. That'll bring it from 21 down to 15. Then we're going to have Bishop attack Apocalypse with a basic attack here for 2. And we have a Hero Interrupt here with our, I can't get this stable. Okay, we have a Hero Interrupt with our Supercharged cards right here. This says Hero Interrupt, when you make a basic attack, this card Supercharged, you get +2 for this attack for each charge count on here on a max of 8, and we have them both. So we can activate both of them here. So they're both capped up at 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So we discard all the counters, and it's going to be +8 for the attack. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus another 8 is going to be 16, plus the 2. So this will do a total of 16 plus 2 is going to be 18 damage. Swing it at Apocalypse, and that will bring him from 15 here down to 0. And that is Apocalypse on Expert mode with Bishop. And yeah, actually, I really like Bishop here. He is super duper fun. I think I might like him actually even more than Magik. There's a little bit unfortunate with the energy conversion because we didn't get a lot of resources when we discard from top of our deck with our energy absorption here. But yeah, I mean, he is really fun to play. I hope you guys enjoy this gameplay, and I'll see you guys in the next one.